Welcome to your leadership coaching moment for this month. And the question for this month is why leadership? Now, I really do, I believe that every single one of us is a leader. And we place a lot of emphasis in our coaching on leadership. I remember the very first talk I ever did with regards to leadership many years ago. I remember afterwards one of the audience members coming to me and he was sincere. He said to me, "Carl, I don't believe your statement that all of us are leaders." He said, "I'm not a leader. I have no aspiration of becoming a leader. I have no desire to lead anything or anybody. I'm happy the way I am being a follower." And I must say that little short conversation or that statement really shook me, and it threw me off kilt for a couple of weeks, because in my heart I believe that we are all leaders. But I could understand I could understand what he was saying. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that he was wrong. That even though he didn't want to be a leader, he was a leader. Leadership is all about influence. It's about me influencing those people around me. And sometimes, not even just influencing the people around me, but influencing myself, being able to lead myself in a certain direction or to achieve certain things. So no matter who you are a leader. So let's just come to terms with that. All of us are leaders. We are all leaders. And in our coaching model, we focus really on two parts of leadership. First of all, being able to create the right environment where people can thrive. And if I'm a leader, it's my duty to create that environment. It's my duty to look and to understand what's going on in my environment, the environment that I'm leading in. It could be a business, it could be a work situation, it could be a home, it could be anything. But I'm the leader, so I need to create this environment where the people who follow me can thrive. So that's the first area, is creating the environment. And the second area of leadership that we place a lot of focus on are the competencies of leadership. Are we all leaders? No, we're not, because some of us are not competent enough to be leaders. But I've got some good news for you. Leadership is a skill, and we can learn those skills. We can learn those competencies. I remember in the beginning, I was no leader in the beginning. I had nobody following me. In fact, John Maxwell always says, if you think you're a leader and there's nobody following you, you're only taking a walk. You're taking a stroll all by yourself. There's no one behind you. And I remember in the beginning, I had no followers. I had nobody following me. I had nobody working with me. And as I grew and I learned the competencies of leadership, I was able to start influencing people in a positive way. And I was able to now influence people in such a way that they wanted to follow me. They wanted to come on board. They wanted to be part of what I was doing. So when we teach these leadership competencies and when we grow in our level of competency within the leadership sphere, people will look at us and say, "You know what? I want to follow that person." Because that's the kind of leader I need to be. The kind of leader who creates an environment where people can thrive, and the kind of leader who has the competencies that people would want to follow. Now, remember in last month's session, we spoke about leadership, and in the leadership model, we said that that triangle, remember that triangle, there were three areas. And the first area was for you as a leader to have one clear vision. In other words, to know exactly what it is that you're wanting to achieve, where it is you're wanting to go, what it is you're wanting to achieve at the end of the day, and where you're wanting to take the people that are following you. So that's area number one. Then being able to create competent leaders and surround yourself with competent leaders who could help you achieve that vision. And in the beginning stages of our business, of our life, we won't necessarily have a team of competent leaders around us. And that's why we need to develop those competencies within ourselves. You need to be a competent leader, because in the beginning you might not have a team. It might only be you. And as we grow and as more people start to follow us, we can start putting that team together of competent leaders around us. And you as the leader, you as the one with the one clear vision, you are the one that needs to help them grow in those areas of competency. And then remember the bottom part of that pyramid was strong coaching and mentoring, is where with those leadership competencies we're able to mentor and coach the people right at the bottom of the triangle, the masses that we influence in our business, or the numbers, or all the other people within the business, so that they too can, within this environment where they can thrive, within this environment that you've created, they can have the opportunity to thrive, and they can also have the opportunity to learn those competencies of leadership. Then, in return, all of us can go out and we can influence and make the world a better place. So your action for today is to really just go and think about those two things. Am I able to create an environment where the people around me can thrive? And do I have the competencies of leadership in such a, have I mastered those competencies in such a way that the people around me want to follow me? Looking forward to seeing you again next month in our next leadership coaching moment.